Hey gang, I'm back. Okay, so I guess first things first. Michiel asked me a while ago if I could list some things off that I know about Belgium. There are more elected women in Belgium than there are in any other country on the planet. Belgium admits more new citizens than almost any other country in the world, except one. I bet you can't guess which one. Voting is mandatory in Belgium, which I think is awesome, and I wish we did here in Canada. And the uranium that came for the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima was provided by Belgium. So that's just a few things. Oh, and French fries were invented in Belgium. It's constitutional monarchy. The King of Belgium is Albert II of the House of, well, it used to be called Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, but now it's called, I think it's Von Belgium, if I'm not mistaken. On to other things. Do I have a messy house? Nope, I have a very, very clean house. I'm a pretty wild housekeeper, so no, I don't have a messy house. If I could relive one day of my life, what day would it be? Originally, I was going to say February 3rd, 1992, or September 18th, 1998, but then I finally decided that I would go with March 22nd, 2001, because that was the day that my ex-boyfriend, Andrew, and I kissed for the first time, and it was like a movie kiss where we were just kind of two people standing there. It was at night. We were on a bridge looking out over the Ottawa River, and we just kind of leaned in and kissed one another, and we didn't talk about it. We weren't even like dating at the time. We were just friends, and it just sort of happened, and I don't know, I remember that, and I kind of think that that's a nice one to remember, and reliving it would be sort of fun. What did I do for my 13th birthday? Well, on my 13th birthday, I had a birthday party, and my mother rented videos for the birthday party, and she thought that it would be interesting to get scary videos for us kids to watch, and I actually still have nightmares because of one of those videos, and that was more than 18 years ago. So, yeah, I don't do good with the scary movies. If I could bring anybody back to life for 24 hours to talk with, I know it sounds a little silly, but I'm right next door to the United States, and I would pick James Madison, the 4th President of the United States, because he drafted the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, which is the right to bear arms, which is, you know, what they use to carry all of their guns. 40% of American households have a gun in them. There are 300 million people in the United States. That's a lot of guns, and they're right over there. And so I would love for James Madison to be able to come back and just sit down with these people and say, listen, you know, man, when I said you had a right to bear arms or a right to a well-armed militia, I actually meant, you know, a well-armed militia. Not everyone and their dog having a gun, you know, guns in women's purses, guns on the back racks of vehicles, and all of that kind of crap. So that's what I would do. I would bring back James Madison just for a little while, sit him down in front of Congress, and make some changes happen, because that is a scary place over there, and they kind of freak me out. Have I ever been stung by a bee? Yep. I stuck my hand in a bee's nest that was built in the ground in a pile of hay a number of years ago, and I was stung 3 or 4 times on the arm, and my cousin, who was with me at the time, was stung a couple or 3 times on the face because she was in the way when I flung the bees off my arm, and I ran after being stung by the bees and being thereafter covered by bees, because that's what one does. I'm allergic to bees, so as you can imagine, that pretty much ruined the day for me. James asked if we'd ever been to a concert. I've been to two concerts, I guess. One was the Tragically Hip. I don't know whether you've heard of them. They're a Canadian group. And the other one was to the Ottawa Youth Symphony Orchestra, which my ex-boyfriend, the previously mentioned Andrew, was a part of. He was a flautist, and so I went to see that. And I actually have an interesting story about a guy in the audience who was sitting behind me at that particular performance, who was a bit of a jackass snob, and I'll tell it sometime, but not right now. Laura, I look forward to seeing you probably very soon.